Hello friends, hope you are all doing good. Myself, Dr. Sumant, Faculty of Environment, LTX classes. Right? Today we will see and learn a few and very important environment and ecology fundamentals in connection with UPSC and Public Service Commission examinations. As you all know that fundamentals plays very important role in any competitive examinations. Let us concentrate these fundamentals right away. Okay. So the first very important definition that I would like to introduce to you guys is environment. Let us try to understand what does it mean by environment. This word basically originated from a French word environner. Environner, which is the meaning of neighborhood. Neighborhood. Okay. Environment is derived from a French word which is environner, and the meaning of environner is neighborhood. So in simple, if you want to put this environment in a simple way, like place, people, things and nature that surround any living organism is called environment. Say for example, if an organism is living here, so this organism is surrounded by n factors, many factors. Those factors may be place and people around and things around and also nature. So all these surrounding things of an organism is referred as environment. And it is a combination of natural as well as human-made phenomenon. Environment is a combination of natural as well as human-made phenomenon. When we say natural, means all abiotic and biotic conditions of the surroundings, and when we say human-made, it reveals all the activities, actions, creations and interactions among the human beings are called as human-made. Okay. So environment is a combination of both natural as well as human-made. And now let us try to understand what are the components of the environment. Components of the environment. If you see, environmental components are of two types. Number one is abiotic, another one is biotic. Abiotic components are lifeless things. So the components which doesn't contain life is called abiotic components. As we know that land, air, water, everything will be considered as abiotic components. And biotic components are, we know that again, plants and animals or anything that contains life is called biotic components. And if you see carefully, though these two things are differentiated by the term components, these two collectively called as natural environment. Very important. Natural environment. So when you say a natural environment, it means which is composed of biotic components as well as abiotic components. So natural environment composed of, as we know, land, which further referred to as lithosphere, okay, and water, again which further referred to as hydrosphere, air, which referred to as atmosphere, and most importantly, the narrow zone between land, water and the air. The narrow zone between these three zones is called biosphere. Biosphere. See, lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. These three spheres will interact in a particular narrow zone. That sensitive and beautiful narrow zone is referred to as biosphere, and this particular biosphere is very supportive to growth of all plants and animals, and this sensitive and beautiful phenomenon or relationship is called as biosphere. So this biosphere, which is a narrow interactions or an integral part of the environment, is very important for the life. Therefore, environment is called as our basic life supporting system. What is it? Basic life supporting system. So, what does it mean by basic life supporting system? Because we know that it provides air that we breathe, it provides water that we drink, it provides food that we eat, it also provides land where we live. So, environment is supporting with all these essential systems to the life. That's the reason why we call environment as a basic life supporting system. But friends, because of all our needs, we are changing this environment, and in fact, because of increasing our needs, we are therefore modifying, and at a large scale we are even destroying our natural surroundings, that is environment. Now hopefully you understood what does it mean by environment. Let us try to understand what is ecology. Another very important terminology and the fundamental concept of environment, and the UPSC and Public Service Commission examinations syllabus as well. Ecology, the term ecology is also called as environmental biology. Environmental biology. So sometimes it may be appear as ecology, or sometimes it may be appears as environmental biology. Both are same. The word ecology is derived from two Greek words, and they are oikos, that means home or place to live, and logos. Logos is a study. Logos is a study. And this term ecology was first coined by Ernest Haeckel. Ernest Haeckel in 1869. So, according to Ernest Haeckel, ecology is a reciprocal relationship. What is it? Reciprocal relationship. What does it mean by reciprocal relationship? Say for example, you say hi to your friend, and meanwhile your friend says hi to yourself. So there is a vice versa interactions. You wish him and then he will wish you. So when you interact in a single way, it may not be considered as reciprocal relationships. When the interactions in either ways, in both the ways, that relationship is called as reciprocal relationships. So Ernest Haeckel said that in a surrounding, every organism influences in all the directions in the environment, and at the same time environment also influences this organism. So these kind of interactions are called as reciprocal relationships, and according to Ernest Haeckel, ecology is a reciprocal relationship of the organism with its environment. So in a simple way, again, if you want to put this ecology in a simple way with the just said definition, see, interactions of organism is nothing but biotic component, we know that, plus with the surroundings. Surrounding is nothing but abiotic. And if you want to study this particular relationship between biotic and abiotic components, and this relationship is called as ecosystem, so that study of different ecosystems is also called as ecology. You understand this? Interactions between biotic components and abiotic environment or surroundings is called as ecosystems, and the study of these ecosystems is also called as ecology. So according to Ernest Haeckel, this is a reciprocal relationship, but in a simple way, according to the same definition, we can also say that ecosystems, the study of ecosystems is also called as ecology. But in fact, there are many definitions according to different scientists based on his or her own interest. But in fact, in the world, the most relevant and accepted definition is Ernest Haeckel's reciprocal relationships. So try to remember, ecology means the reciprocal relationship between organism with the surroundings. Now, another important definition in this class is levels of organizations. Levels of organizations in ecology. So in this particular process also, levels of organization also, we will learn some important and very important fundamentals as far as ecology is concerned. So we know that organization is nothing but, organization is composed of some hierarchical structures. So hierarchical structures are nothing but simple components into larger components into still larger components. That means, see, these are all called simple components, and these simple components into larger components, and these larger components into still larger components. And this kind of structure is called as reciprocal structure, which refer to as an organization. So in ecology, the same kind of structure we can see. In levels of organization, in ecology or ecological hierarchy, the first stage or the step is individual. So individual, that means a single organism. We know that a single organism which has ability to function independently. It can perform all its functions except reproduction. So whenever a single organism finds its correct partner, it undergo reproduction activity and produce its similar number of organisms. That is called as species. So when I say species, it stands for similar type of organisms that can produce its own individual numbers enough a group of organisms of same species, a group of organisms of the same species at a particular time and place consists of population. See, first it was individual and then to species, and now a group of organisms of same kind of species or same species residing at a particular place and time consists of population, right. So, when we say population, we should talk about similar type of species, that should be remembered. When you talk about a population, that means you are talking about a similar type of species. Now, a group of populations in an area is called as community. So, when I say it is a community, that you should understand it is a group of populations. It is a group of populations. So, it might be it may be consist of plant population, animal population, human population and many other populations. So, a community is consist of group of populations. See, from the individual till the community, if you see, all these 4 stages will consist of biotic concepts. All are life things. All are being life. Yes, these are all having life. When this community is started interacting with its surroundings, that means community plus surroundings is called as ecosystem. See, ecosystem, when we talk about ecosystem, we should talk about the interactions between biotic components plus abiotic environment. Here, if you see in the above stage, community is referred to as biotic components and abiotic components are nothing but environment. So, there is an interaction between biotic components and abiotic environment, and that sensitive interaction is called as ecosystem. An ecosystem is a structural and functional unit of biosphere in a scientific approach. In a scientific way, we call ecosystem as structural and a functional unit of biosphere, but in a simple way, it is nothing but the interactions between biotic and abiotic components. And the next level is biome. And a biome in a simple way again is a large sized ecosystem. See the difference. Ecosystem and biome. Ecosystem is biotic and abiotic components and their interaction, and biome is large sized ecosystem. Say for example, deserts is a biome, a huge ocean is a biome, a huge evergreen forest is a biome, a huge grassland ecosystems like savannas, prairies, downs, they are all biomes. Whereas ecosystem examples, simple pond, river, small grassland and etc. So, that is the major difference between ecosystem and biome. When all these aquatic and terrestrial biomes combine together, they called it as biosphere. In other words, we can also call it as planet Earth. So, now if you see carefully, planet Earth is composed of biomes. Biome is a large sized ecosystem. Ecosystem is the interactions between biotic components and abiotic components, and biotic components which are called as community. Community is nothing but group of population. Population is nothing but similar type of species, and similar type of species can produced only by the same type of individual organisms. So, this is called levels of organization in ecology. Right, friends? So, that's it for today. We will learn some other important components in the next class. Thank you so much. All the best.